Hey everybody, Randall Cornet here. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to I dove into the rat hole in terms of Citadel Connect and how market makers slash banks are have similar systems. And I'm just kind of looking on how order routing is kind of affected on a case by case basis. And really interesting, when I was looking into Morgan Stanley, I found out they do have something called a night vision program. And the way that I took this is it basically gives their clients the toolkits to operate in the dark pools, and in a way is almost encouraged. So with that being said, we'll kind of just break this down. I thought it was highly interesting, and I think you guys will too. So Morgan Stanley has, what's called night vision. And, night vision is basically a dark liquidity aggregation engine that allows its clients to simultaneously access fragmented liquidity available at major dark pools. So they can look at multiple different dark pools for liquidity and execute and select it. They can basically cherry pick is the best. That's the way that I interpret this. The firm's Night Owl algorithm seeks liquidity across dark pools, exchange, ECN, non-display limit order books, and displayed markets simultaneously. So it's looking at lit and dark pools at the same time and executing where it sees fit. Through night vision, users are able to access fragmented non-display liquidity being a keyword that I know, a buzzword that you guys have been hearing a lot lately, available at carefully selected dark pools, including Morgan Stanley's internal offerings, which comprise of MS Pool and MS Trajectory Crossing. So those are their own dark pools. Okay, so Morgan Stanley owns two of the dark pools that they actually operate in. Clients can access the bank's dark liquidity algorithms in a number of ways. Night vision may be accessed through FIX, which is Morgan Stanley's passport execution management system, or client order management systems directly as a standalone destination. Clients can access dark liquidity through the firm's algorithm suite using the I would dark parameter, and clients also have the ability to directly use Night Owl to access dark and lit markets. In navigating both the lit and dark markets, Night Owl uses client parameters to determine how to route orders dark and lit venues. In general, Night Owl uses a liquidity seek strategy to drive allotments based off fills received while minimizing market impact. And I want you guys to pay attention to that. Anybody who says that the dark pool doesn't affect us, people operating in the dark pools don't affect price, et cetera, in my opinion, that's a bunch of bull. They're straight up telling us that they're doing this, right? They're telling us that, hey, when you guys are operating or using our Night Owl service, we are basically actively trying to minimize market impact, right? So what do we talk? We've been talking about this for a while now in terms of price suppression, what's going on in the dark pool. They're straight up telling us to our face they're trying to do this. Okay. So they do talk about, they have an anti-gaming logic, maybe how this can't be abused, et cetera, and I will kind of go into that. Morgan Stanley regularly evaluates the performance of its algorithms and has many internal and external anti-gaming mechanisms for dark liquidity. These range from simplistic order resting / sizing controls to identification of relative momentum in the market against the midpoint. The firm seeks to prevent gaming in MS Pool through measures such as restricting order types, rejecting immediate or cancel IOC orders, requiring a minimum resting period to prevent simulated IOCs, which are basically immediate or cancels, right? That's what the acronym means, and not transmitting indications of interest. So basically saying that, hey, anybody that's paying attention to this, they're not going to know where your interest really lies. It also examines trading patterns for gaming behavior. Morgan Stanley requires each dark pool destination to demonstrate that they take certain measures that mitigate the risk of gaming client orders. Again, though, two of the dark pools they operate is on themselves. So who's controlling them? Who's looking at them? Who's giving them their audits, making sure that they're not gaming the client orders, right? In my opinion, that's what they're doing anyways. I'm not saying that, hey, this is just my speculation again, and this is the first time you guys will really hear me say this too much, is that I'm not a financial advisor, but in itself, this is, the whole thing is gaming client orders, right? Figuring out the way to basically execute them without having any impact. That's just my own opinion, though. Night Owl can be used as a stealth or aggressive trading tactic depending on user preference and market conditions. In stealth mode, the algorithm never displays client intent to the marketplace in the form of a quote or order. Clients can specify the level of urgency as low, medium, or high. Morgan Stanley's dark liquidity algorithms and engines provide protection of client orders and information pre, intra, and post-trade, which means that you are flying completely blind. They protect all that information. You're not going to see shit. In addition, Night Vision and Night Owl provide complete transparency on how orders are routed and when trades are executed, with post-trade measurement of results through the firm's MS Analytics post-trade reports, which we don't have access to. I think the closest we would be getting is looking at maybe like some of the ADFs and shit like that in terms of, FIN reports. But basically, we're flying 100% blind. And like I said, when you have market makers that are giving their clients a tool to operate in something called stealth mode, that's a red flag to me. And again, they've highlighted several times that they're trying to hide intent. They're trying to minimize market impact, et cetera, et cetera. And this is just one market maker. I've dug in, and I can already tell you guys, this is just the first one I'm talking about. All of them have some sort of system like this, which is absolutely fucking crazy. Excuse my language. What's crazy about this, though, too, when they were talking about using client parameters to determine how to route orders. So if the client doesn't give any parameters or instructions, according to their actual frequently asked questions documents, they can actually basically act on behalf of the client and then just kind of use what they deem fit or best practice for you if you're not giving them any like proper instructions, right? So I do want to show you something. This is the actual document from Morgan Stanley. What's really crazy here, look at all the dark pools that they engage with, okay? So they have several different dark pools. Like I said, they have their own Morgan Stanley internal dark pools, which is the MS pool, MS Trajectory Cross, and MSR pool. But they also work with Instinet, Intelligent, Deutsche Bank, Fidelity Crossstream, Goldman Sachs Sigma, JPMX, Liquidnet, Virtu Matchit, Virtu Postit, and UBS ATS. I have some interesting stuff on another video for UBS and their dark pools. They basically can legally front run orders and shit. It's absolutely crazy. And they also operate in Morgan Stanley Automated Liquidity, Morgan Stanley's ETF, and principal liquidity provided at the close via Morgan Stanley Market on Close aggregator Mocha. So it's a big liquidity game, and they go and find the liquidity wherever they can. And again, so they have a benefit in operating in these dark pools because they can get the liquidity there. And going back to what I said earlier, and this is the main point that I'm trying to drive home, they are actively telling us they are trying to have no price impact and operate in stealth. So with that being said, that's about all I have for you guys on this right now. I hope that you guys enjoy the content. If you did, drop a like. Seriously, drop a like. It helps me get the message out. There's been some kind of shenanigans I've been seeing in terms of shadow bans and shit. I don't want to be like that guy, but it just seems like I'm getting suppressed, especially when I talk about some of the dark pool stuff. And again, if you guys enjoyed it and want to see more, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you long time. Peace.